What does heaven look like? This question has echoed through the minds of humanity for centuries, whispered in the silence of our thoughts, pondered in the quiet moments of life and death. Some say it is a realm beyond imagination, a place where time does not exist, where sorrow is a forgotten concept, and where every longing of the human soul is finally fulfilled. Others dismiss it as myth, a fairy tale constructed by those who fear the unknown. But what if I told you that heaven is not just an idea, not just a distant hope, but a reality so vast, so breathtaking, so beyond human comprehension, that even the greatest words fail to describe its majesty? What if I told you that there are those who have seen it, felt it, touched its endless beauty, only to return with eyes that no longer see the world the same way? Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the very edge of existence. The final breath leaves your body, and the darkness of death wraps around you like a thick fog. You expect nothingness, an eternal sleep, but instead, something incredible happens. A light, blinding yet warm, bursts through the void. It is not just any light. It is alive, pulsating with a love so powerful it shakes the core of your being. It reaches out, not with hands, but with an embrace that engulfs you entirely. Every pain, every sorrow, every regret you have ever carried is lifted in an instant, as if they never existed. You are weightless, free, moving towards this light without fear, as if you have always known this is where you were meant to be. Then the world around you shifts. Suddenly you are standing on something solid, but it is not like the ground you knew on earth. It is firm yet soft, radiant yet transparent, shimmering with colors you have never seen before. You look up and your breath is stolen from you. Before you stretches a city, no, a kingdom, so vast it seems to stretch beyond infinity. Towers of crystal and gold rise into the sky, but there is no sun, no moon, no stars. The very air glows with a brilliance that seems to come from everywhere at once. The streets beneath your feet are not paved with mere gold, but something far more glorious, pure, flawless, liquid light, flowing like glass beneath your every step. And then there is the music. Not just sound, not just melody, but a symphony that moves through your very soul, vibrating in perfect harmony with the universe itself. It is as if the stars are singing, as if the very fabric of reality is woven with celestial notes that whisper the name of the one who sits upon the throne. And then you see them, faces, countless faces, shining with a radiance that is not their own, yet perfectly theirs. They are familiar and unfamiliar at the same time, as if you have always known them, yet are only meeting them for the first time. They look at you, not with mere eyes, but with a knowing, a love so deep and pure that it makes you tremble. Some of these faces you recognize immediately, loved ones who have gone before you, waiting with open arms, their voices like echoes of a dream finally realized. They do not speak with words, yet you hear them clearly in your heart. You are home, they say. We have been waiting for you. Tears well up, but they do not fall. For the first time in your existence, you understand what it means to be truly, completely, overwhelmingly loved. There is no shame here, no fear, no sorrow. Only belonging, only peace, only joy that is not fleeting, but eternal. And then, from the very center of this celestial kingdom, you feel it, a presence, a force, a being so powerful, so immense, so utterly overwhelming that you cannot move, cannot breathe, cannot even think. Yet instead of fear, all you feel is love. Love so fierce, so consuming, that it is both terrifying and beautiful beyond words. You are being drawn forward not by force, but by an irresistible longing deep within your soul. And then you see him, not as an image, not as a vision, but as the very source of everything that is, was, and ever will be. Light pours from him, not as beams, but as waves, endless, cascading, washing over everything in its path. You cannot see his face, for it is too brilliant, too pure, too holy, but you do not need to. His presence alone tells you everything you have ever needed to know. Every question, every doubt, every fear you have ever carried melts away in an instant. You fall to your knees not out of obligation, but because you cannot do anything else in the face of such overwhelming glory. And then he speaks, not with words, not with sound, but with something deeper. His voice moves through you like fire, like water, like the very essence of existence itself. I have waited for you, he says. I have known you before time began. You are mine. And in that moment you realize the truth. Heaven is not just a place. It is not just golden streets or pearly gates or endless joy. Heaven is him. It is being with him, in him, part of him. It is the fulfillment of every longing, every ache, every desire that has ever burned within your soul. It's the end of the search, the final destination, the eternal embrace of the one who created you. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it is gone. The light fades, the voices dim, the kingdom vanishes, and you wake up back in your earthly body, gasping for air, your heart pounding like a drum. You look around, disoriented, confused, longing, aching to return. But you know deep down that what you saw was not a dream. It was real, more real than anything you have ever known. And now nothing will ever be the same again, because you have seen heaven. And once you have seen heaven, once you have felt its glory, once you have stood in the presence of the Almighty himself, the world as you knew it can never hold you the same way again. You now carry a secret, a truth, a reality so powerful that it changes everything. And though you must walk this earth a little longer, you know beyond all doubt that when your time comes again, you will not fear, because now you know what awaits you. Now you know the truth. Heaven is more real than anything you've ever known, more real than the ground beneath your feet. What if, for just a moment, you could see it, really see it? Picture this. You close your eyes for what feels like a second. When you open them, you're standing somewhere different. The air itself feels alive, like it's not just around you but inside you, filling every part of you with something beyond words. The sky isn't just blue, it's alive, shifting in colors you can't name, pulsing with a rhythm that beats in sync with your own soul. The grass beneath your feet isn't just soft, it sings when you step on it, like every blade is woven into a melody too vast to comprehend. And then, the light. It doesn't come from a sun, but from everywhere, from everything. The trees glow from within, the rivers shimmer like liquid diamonds, and then you see them. People, but not like you've ever seen before. Their faces radiate something beyond happiness. It's peace, it's fulfillment, it's the absence of every pain, every regret, every fear. Their eyes shine like they've just woken up from a dream called life. And then you realize something. You remember? Not with your mind, but with your soul. This is home. This is where you were always meant to be. And every longing, every ache you ever felt on earth was just a whisper, a shadow of this place calling you back. But then comes the question, will you make it here? Because if heaven is real, so is the alternative. If this light is real, then so is the darkness. And the worst part? Most people won't realize it until it's too late. But you have a chance, a moment, right now. Don't waste it, because one day you'll take your last breath. And when you open your eyes, where will you be? Heaven is real, hell is real. The choices are left for you to make. And remember, the only time you have to make this choice is while you're still alive, while you're still breathing. The moment you close your eyes, the moment you stop breathing, everything is gone. You're left to be judged to heaven of peace and happiness, or hell of eternal sorrow and condemnation, based on how you lived your life on earth, based on the choices you made when no one was watching. So while you're still here, live a life you won't regret. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. If you really want to keep seeing more inspiring videos, likes this on your feed. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all.